use Post-it for your daily life? I find I'm using a lot for my own piano practice and also my piano teaching. So in this video, I want to share 5 different ways to use for piano practice and possibly for your students in piano teaching. So this is one of my Post-it dispensers that I have. And I think it has some kind of sand inside. It's quite heavy, so it doesn't pull. And it's kind of cute, isn't it? So stay tuned. Welcome to my channel. I'm classical pianist Ji-Yoon Kim. I strive to be that bridge between you and classical music so you're more inspired and benefit from the beauty of classical music. Alright, so today I'm going to share 5 different ways of using Post-it for your practice and maybe possibly for piano teaching. The first way I would use is for blocking certain sections for sectional practice. Of course, you can just say, I'm going to just isolate this part and to work on it. But by visually hiding the other part, especially the before and after, work on very particular this section, many repetition, by just looking at this way versus you just kind of hide the parts coming from and what is coming after, and just you working on this just like this. It kind of really helps for you to focusing on this part, doing a lot of repetition versus everything is just surrounded. It feels like your focus is much better when you cover it. So try it, or if you wanted to make it even just more longer sections like that, that really works well. Or planning this way, or just a little like this, and work your way out. Work on this like that. So number 2 is using for right hand, left hand improvisation and memory work. For example, certain sections only testing how your memory is for your right hand. You will cover your left hand and try to play this particular section without looking at, so that kind of stimulate your certain brain to not seeing the left hand part but be able to play. Another way you can actually do, which is kind of fun, is cover your right hand. Let's say certain sections that you cover. Just like this, right? This is kind of gigantic Post-it, but if you were using a smaller size and you maybe actually cover most of your right hand for this particular music, then what you would do is play on your left hand, but improvise your right hand, which kind of will be fun. So for this particular one, its left hand is. I can just make it up something on the right hand for fun and kind of stimulate some improvisation aspect of your practice. So that would be kind of fun. So definitely use for right hand, left hand memorization and improvisation purposes. Use Post-it is really helpful. So another way you can definitely, along the way of first and second pointer of using Post-it, is that when you plan your practice session in advance, make a marking of what is your section that you want to focusing on. Example, for the next section that I want to work on, from here, right hand alone, all the way to here, and then I'll finish it here or something. So it kind of gives some planning in this way. So I will definitely use some practice planning for myself or for my students as well. The third way of using Post-it is using for the order of steps that you tackle in certain sections or certain piece. I use it more for my students than myself because I know that steps internally, but for example, do you have the certain sections that, let's say you're learning a new piece. The first step of that particular section might be you playing right hand first and maybe have a right hand varied rhythmic exercises, and then practice left hand alone, but maybe working on the pedal with the left hand. And number 3 steps might be that certain section is that left hand, instead of play as it is, but you will block the note at the same time. So if, for example, if this is arbitrary bass, the blocked will be just playing that. The final step will be that blocked left hand with your right hand as it is. So this is kind of, let's say, idea of putting together certain sections in orders. So I would write it something there and practice with your right hand, very rhythmic grouping. Then number 2, practice with pedal. And number 3, practice with the left hand. Then the last step will be practice blocked left hand with the right hand melody. So those 4 steps will be right here to tackle for certain sections, and that would be very nice reminder for a student or yourself to take pieces apart and tackle strategically rather than just play everything at once. So number 4 way of using Post-it is planning your practice, or give a deadline for your certain pieces, or give a highlight of the piece, something like that. So I love this wall calendar that I have here, and I can give myself a deadline by, let's say, 29th. I want to finish the certain pieces here, or that's my highlight of the piece. Obviously I use for other things for reminder of the task that I supposed to be doing. But when I had, let's say, concert or something, so then I will really give visually different kind of pieces per day, or by this day I definitely want to, let's say, get memorized, or this is the day that I want to learn notes, or something like that. So you can definitely utilize this wall calendar kind of like this, and then utilize Post-it for that kind of practice planning, which is nice. So I certainly love using this kind of wall calendar, and I use a lot. So the last way of using Post-it in a fun way is for sight reading. It works best if someone else is choose for you, but you can certainly kind of like choose random pieces. But I'm gonna give you an example. So let's say if you are teaching a student and you want them to maintain pieces in that book that they already worked and they are finished that book, then that's a great way of hiding this Post-it inside of the book. And they have to find this Post-it. You see, I put even a little tiger there. So this Post-it, when they get home, and then they have to work on that particular piece, and then when they come back to work on that particular piece, this tiger sticker will be coming to their piece, and they collect that tiger. But anyway, so let's say hypothetically, okay, so for example, let's say they learned this whole piece before, or most of the book, and then I will hide the sticker there. Oops, oh no, sticker there. And then close it, and they go home. Or you can actually hide this one for yourself, I guess. Randomly choose, and then like, oh, there is my piece that I will work on this. And then if you're finished it, this particular tiger will live here. So that was kind of a cute way of utilize the Post-it for adding some more novelty in your teaching. And I guess you can actually have someone else to choose a piece for you, or you randomly place the Post-it, but I guess it doesn't really work for your own by yourself, but it works really well for teaching younger students, and it's awfully cute and fun way of maintaining and keep a reading aspect of it. If you have any ideas and things that you use with a Post-it for your piano practice, please let me know. I'm very curious. And if you find these tips really helpful, please share it with others. You can always watch more practice tips here. And I will see you next video. 안녕!